What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh and I am just your average Joe day trader. It is Friday, 4 p.m. The market just closed, June 27th. And a lot of interesting stuff happened today. So the market opened up really strong this morning and it was on a good run. Pre-market looked so good, honestly. And I actually was in a stock called CYN, which was a penny stock. Yesterday, there was some news potentially that CYN was joining into a venture with NVIDIA. So it caused the stock to go from $2, $5, something like that, all the way up to $40. And then it dropped down to $11, something like that. I know a buddy of mine got in at 11. It ran all the way back up to 18 or 19. Closed at 13 last night, opened back up this morning and went on a run. I bought into it somewhere about $19 and sold out of it at about 23. And it was not bad. It was a pretty good run. It was a risky one. It was a risky gamble chance to take on it, but it looked really good, had very strong candles at opening, and figured it was probably a one and done and was probably never going to happen again. And sure enough, it did. After that, it got up almost to $24 per share, and then it turned around and ran all the way back down. I think it was in the low 13s last time I looked at it. But APLD, hard drop down, and then it went on a run, and it went on a beautiful run today. Matter of fact, the pre-market, I thought for sure we were at like $11.06, $11.09, somewhere about there, and then it dropped down hard during the market day, it went all the way to 1090, and I'm like, oh, this bad boy is going to definitely surpass my long-term, price point, which is $11.17. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm so excited to get that back in the green long-term, and I love day trading it. I actually had a great day trade on it today, just based on the, how far it dropped and it went back up. But it didn't. It actually dropped back down. It's sitting right now at the market close somewhere around $10.30-something. So it's gonna, it'll be next week that we'll see if it gets back up again. But the issue is that a lot of the stock market in general dropped down today, and not because of a whole lot more than the news. And I always say, guys, the news drives the stock up, it drives the stock down. It all depends what the news is. Is it positive? Is it negative? What does it have to do with President Trump? What does it have to do with the conflict in the world, the trade stuff, tariffs? I just talked about tariffs yesterday, and I was thinking, I don't think there's a whole lot more going to happen with tariffs. I think that it's already built into the market, right? Everybody understands it's built into the market now. And there's not going to be a whole lot more to it. And then today, sure enough, Canada, our neighboring country, Canada, makes the decision, but they decide to tax digital products against the U.S. So anything digitally, being sold or, between the U.S. and Canada is now going to have a tax on it. I think it's like 3%. I don't think it's that much, but still, according to President Trump, this is an attack on the U.S. And so he went ahead and ended all trade negotiations and all trade discussions with Canada. So now we have no trade discussions with Canada, which means probably some point tomorrow or this weekend or Monday morning, he's going to come back out and say, we're imposing 150% tax on Canada. And, although Canada should be part of the United States now, he's going to tax them, and that's going to cause the market to go into a stir. It already caused the market to drop. It did negatively affect the market. If you looked at the S&P 500, we were running up about $616 per share, or 6,160 points. And it dropped us all the way down back to 610. That's $6 per share in the S&P 500 is pretty big drop pretty quickly. Well, interestingly enough, right now, even post-market, it's back on a run up. I mean, it's on its way back up to over 615. I don't know the number it's at right now. So we'll see what happens with the S&P 500, and and through the to the closing at 8 p.m. tonight, and then it's the weekend. So we're shut down for the weekend. We'll see what it looks like when we hit 4 a.m. or actually 8 p.m. on Sunday night. Man, I'm all over the place today. 8 p.m. on Sunday night. We'll see what the market looks like. best case scenario for me, I'm hoping for a gap up. I know that, some weekends we go through and we get some bad news or we get something that happens through the administration, but I'm hoping for a gap up. And then for it to continue to run on Monday and even through the week. It was a good week this week, guys. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a good week. I made money in BBAI. I made money in this CYN. I made money in APLD, which I pretty much do just about every single day. I made money in Tesla. Had a nice run and then drop. So the market is being a good, strong market. It's just a matter of that the market right now is being ruled more by emotion than it is by statistics or by analysts' ratings and algorithm. So it's a little bit of a tough market to trade in because of the volatility of certain things based on the emotions of the market. One news report can cause people to freak out, sell everything, confidence back in the market again. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it back in and run it back up. And no offense, but that's how I make money. I make money by the freakouts. I make money when people sell out, get out of it, run. And while everybody's hiding under their beds, I'm like, nice. Palantir's down $20 a share. Let me go ahead and buy it at the down $20 a share because I know that probably within a few days or a couple of weeks, it's going to run back up to $20. And I'm going to make $20 per share. So why not get in it? And then when people freak out and it drops back down, I'll buy back in again. So, you just have to play it to the way of like the 1% does, like the wealthy do. They love the fact when the markets crash because that's their opportunity to gobble up everything at the bottom and make a ton of money and sell out of it and, keep watch, rinse, repeat. And I love watch, rinse, repeat with stocks. I watch, rinse, repeat APLD just about every single day. And guys, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm sharing with you some of the best day trade stocks. And, go look at some of the other videos. I'm going to throw the list up here on the screen for you so you can see what they are. If you want to write them down, go take a look at them and look at the performance. Guaranteed, not financial advice, but guarantee you can find somewhere in the day, if you know the support and resistance levels and you understand candlestick patterns, you can find a place to enter and a place to exit and make some money. You just have to be patient, careful, cautious, and don't use your own money that you need to pay bills to trade with. Make sure you're using money that you have set aside to trade with. So I'm in the market right now. About 50% of my portfolio is in stocks, and the other 50% right now is sitting on the sidelines, waiting to see what happens Monday morning. There were a few stocks I was looking at that people have sort of been real quiet about and ignoring, and I was considering buying some today. Apple's a great example of that. A lot of people have been real quiet about Apple. Apple's due for a run, but I'm going to wait and see. Anyway, guys, listen, this is my Friday night closing market update. Probably will do a update at some point during the weekend to show you what today looked like on the charts and what my expectation is for Monday and what my plan is for Monday according to my strategy. So we'll get some of that out there. I also have a couple stocks that I wanted to share with you guys that are long-term hold stocks, things that I want you to be thinking about and put on your own watch lists that are in the defense sector and the AI sector. So there's some really good stuff going on out there, and I think there's some great potential to make some money. But that's pretty much it, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, safe weekend, enjoy it. Go do something fun with the family, friends, etc. And let's get ready to make some money together and get rich together. Josh out. Peace.